Hi gang. So this is going to be an exciting video. I was looking around YouTube yesterday and I found this channel, Katelyn House. I'll link her channel down below. Please check her out. She does a lot of eyeshadow looks with indie brand palettes, which I really enjoy. And she also is a big fan of Melt Cosmetics. So am I. So I was looking through her videos yesterday and I saw that she was doing something called March Sadness. And I wasn't sure what that meant. For some reason, I thought it had something to do with mental health, but no, it's not. It's a play on a sort of basketball tournament, I believe. I think that's around the time in March that the COVID situation started to blow up. Instead of basketball, she's pitting eyeshadow palettes against each other, which I thought was super cool. I don't really watch sports, so this kind of concept is not, these concepts don't occur to me very often or at all. And so I dropped her a message on the video and asked if I could borrow this concept and give her some credit. She said, yes, that's fine.
Hi friends, welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Katelyn. For those of you that are not new here, welcome back. Happy to have you back here watching me again. Northern Lights and provide cover of darkness for the mischievous Hodlfolk. Hodlfolk? Oh my god, I don't know how to say that. I liked how the three mattes that I used, I liked how they layered and blended on top of each other.
Yeah, so I'm going to be taking this concept on board. She was pitting 16 different palettes against each other. I started looking through my collection and I got really excited and I ended up picking twice that amount, 32. So I'm going to throw up a quick visual of the chart that I created of all the palettes that I've decided to enter into this palette tournament. So for the first round, I've decided to pit similar palettes against each other. For instance, the Smoke Sessions palette from Melt Cosmetics versus the Pistachio palette from ABH Cosmetics. So as you can see, there is some deep greens and kind of shimmery greens as well. And that's the reasoning behind why I chose to pit these two palettes against each other. For each of the pairs, I've made that same consideration. So there will be a series of rounds. In the first round, there will be 16 battles between each palette pair. And then in the second round, there will be 8. In the third round, there will be 4. In the fourth round, there will be 2. And in the last round, there is that final competition between the two last surviving palettes. So based on my calculations, I will be doing a total of 31 videos for this series, which is quite a lot of videos. 30% of the score will be my decision and 70% of the score will be based on viewer comments. However many people leave a comment below telling me which palette they think won, I will be dividing that into 70%. And then I'll calculate the total score and then we will have a winner. If no one comments on who they think is the winner, I will go by my own opinion. Depending on the palettes that I have in front of me, I may do very similar looking eyes or I may do, different color schemes on both eyes. I will try to do one video per week. You will have 1 week to write a comment saying which palette you think won. And yeah, based on that, I will declare a winner. I hope that's not too complicated. I'm kind of fumbling around myself trying to figure out the logistics of this, but I think it's going to be quite fun. Today, we're going to start off with the first competition, the first battle. And I've decided to go with Exotic Peacock by Pinky Rose. I depotted it, so it doesn't originally look like this. Versus the Riviera palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So here we have the two palettes next to each other and you can probably see why I chose these two palettes. They are very colorful in nature. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Original Primer Potion. Mine is reaching the end of its life. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Exotic Peacock palette on this eye, and let's see how we go. Okay, so I'm gonna be using this shade, this pink one, first. And I'm going to go in with my Esam S33 brush and put that on the crease. I'm going to take this shade, which is a purple, deep purple, and I'm going to pat that on the outer corner. Okay, I think I'm going to try to go in with, for like a halo effect. So I'm going to mimic the same thing in the inner corner of this eye. I'm going to use the more detailed brush for this purpose. And then I'm going to take this kind of an aquamarine shimmer shade. I'm going to place that right in the middle of the eye. I'm going to use the G27 brush from Esam. Dense packing brush. I'm going to spray it with some MAC Fix Plus. I'm gonna go in with this brown shade on the bottom lash line. I'm gonna go back in with this pink and layer that on top. Okay, I'm gonna go in with that purple shade again to deepen up the outer and inner corner of the lash line. This is, sorry, I didn't tell you what brush this is. This is the 237 Detail Shader brush from Zoeva. And prior to that, I was using the 230 Luxe Pencil from Zoeva. I'm gonna go back in with that aquamarine shade and pat that right in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to take this clean brush, Smith 230, and kind of blend on the exterior. I'm really impressed by how well these shades blend. Especially the purple, because purple is a more difficult shade to get right, especially when it comes to the manufacturing process. Usually purples end up being very patchy. So I think I'm kind of done with this eye. I'm gonna move on to this eye now. And I deliberately chose shades which I think I can find in this palette as well. They won't be exactly the same, but I think we can just use the basic color template from this eye and try to do it on this eye as well. I'm gonna go into the shade, I think Bahamas mixed with Monte Carlo, and put that on the crease as well. I'm gonna go in with Can, this shade. Next I'm going in with this one. I don't know how to pronounce this word. Looks like it's French. I'm gonna add a little bit of this shade Mediterranean on top of that. I think it's gonna give a very similar effect to this one. Next, I'm gonna take the shade Palm right here. And then I'm gonna go over it with Can again. Oopsie. This purple shade again. Again, same concept, outer and inner corner of the eye. That aquamarine shade again, right in the middle as a spotlight. Okay, I'm gonna go in again with no pigment on the brush and kind of just run it against the shades. Okay, so I think I want to do a little bit of something to the inner corner. I'm gonna use that same aquamarine shade from the respective palettes. Okay, so this is the finished look. This side is the Exotic Peacock palette from Pinky Rose Cosmetics, and this one is the Riviera palette from Anastasia, Beverly Hills. So I would love to know what you think. Tell me down below in the comments which palette you think did better. For now, I'm not going to say anything about which palette I think won because I don't want to influence the comments. If it so happens no one comments on who they think, which palette they think won, then I will just go based on what which palette I feel won. With this side, I did have a bit more I needed a bit more time to be able to build up that color to the opacity that I wanted. But on the other hand, I feel that this eye looks a bit more vibrant. I think perhaps just the saturation of the shades. This side is more saturated than this one, but otherwise, yeah, those are the two things that I noticed, right off the bat as I was applying the makeup and trying to blend it out and trying to pack on the shades. Of course, the shades are not exactly the same, so it's not going to look identical on the eyes, but I think it looks pretty close. So once more, please check out Katelyn House's channel. I would never have thought of this idea without checking out her channel. Thank you again, Katelyn, and I hope you like what I came up with. So yeah, that's it from me, and ciao for now.